Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the reaction log. Whoa, we got a special spicy one here for you, and also, this is a requested one. Somebody sent me an email. You can do that, by the way. I have my email in the description. And this one is from Saurav, friend of the channel. How's it going? And you said, you should react to this classical piece, parentheses, loose term, thanks for including that, by a shredder. He's my favorite guitar player, too. Roast him all you like. We're featuring Paul Gilbert here today. He's actually never been on the show, which is kind of weird. I feel like I've featured a lot of shredders. There's a couple that I've left out. Sean Lane is one of them. Don't worry, he is getting a video once I feel up to it. But I think this is a pretty darn good introduction to Paul Gilbert. He's playing a classical guitar. He's using his electric guitar technique. I can't wait to see the tension that he produces in his right hand. I mean, look at it. I feel like I can see it from here. And look at me talking down to the great Paul Gilbert. You know why? Because I am a classical guitarist here on YouTube. Hey, what does it mean to be a classical guitarist? It means that if someone doesn't spend their entire life only pursuing one style of music, you look down on them, and if they ever dabble in what you spend your life on, you make fun of them. Which, by the way, that goes both ways. I'm looking at all the classical guitarists who have written electric guitar compositions. We can tell you don't play electric guitar. Maybe we should all just play our own instruments that we actually practice. I'm just saying. Wow, starting off with the elitism today. My elitism knows no bounds. So let's just take a little look at this video here. This was posted 19 years ago, which is like basically how old YouTube is. This is an OG YouTube video right here. It's accumulated 4.4 million views, which, just to give you an idea of how many views that is, I have at this date, October 26th of 2025, have received 5.5 million views over all videos on my YouTube channel. So this one singular video from Paul Gilbert kind of represents my entire YouTube career. Kind of interesting. And also, one more thing. Dude, look at that glorious hair. I don't know what the deal is with rock stars cutting their hair short recently, but let's just grow that out. Dude, I bet if we look up Paul Gilbert now, he's gonna have short hair. Oh my god, dude, what happened to you, man? You used to be cool. Let's all go back in time, okay? Back to a simpler time, when the locks flowed. Oh yeah, and I probably didn't even realize because I'm an idiot, but it says Flamingo. So I think that tells us maybe what kind of video we're getting into here. 4 minutes and 8 seconds of Paul Gilbert playing some Flamingo music. Let's jump on into it, shall we? Let's look at some of the comments first. Sorry, I'm just prolonging this. It's only a 4-minute video, so I'm trying to make a, a video here. I wish I had that inability to play flamenco too. I don't know where you got flamenco, bro. We're talking about flamingos. I can do the first part, you know, the part where he talks. Yeah, I can do that part too. That's all I can do. Does anybody have any proof that I actually play guitar? I'm not going to play in this video, sorry. Alright, let's jump into it.
The name of the song, I wrote it a while back, and I decided to call it Flamingo because of my inability to play real flamenco.
We have a little bit of backstory. Our expectations are lowered now. What you got, Paulie boy?
I can't stand on one leg and do it, but here it goes. Well, here's my best attempt at some flamingo.
Okay. Dude, this sounds like a Sore Hands video with all that reverb on it. So as far as writing a fake flamenco song, I think this is a pretty solid start for a shredder. And at least so far, we're sticking to what a shredder is good at. Because I kind of know this world. I know, this is a little bit of a secret, but I was a bit of an electric shredder enthusiast when I was a teenager. And something that an electric shredder must rely on when they're playing a nylon string guitar, especially when they're not used to it. You gotta use your slurs. Those things. Getting that speed with just is hard. I can only do it with 3 notes. Sounds fast. It's mostly just legato though, because that's what shredders have. That's what you have. You don't have the rest stroke faculties when you're playing with a pick all the time. So I know I'm the classical snob and all that, but I actually relate with the choices here because that's you know, something that I would do, I feel. All right, let's hear the rest of this. Wow. Yeah, even, let's actually take a look at his technique there. I feel like he's kind of using his fingers as picks, almost like he has 4 big picks, where it's, I'm seeing like this kind of movement. You can kind of try doing it like that. Like doing that with rest stroke. We're talking about like Paco de Lucia stuff there. My rest stroke sucks. I'm not warm right now. was a bad time to change to medium tension strings too. I'm just making excuses. I'm sorry, guys. I said in the beginning, I am a classical guitarist. I did not say a flamenco guitarist. So anything you hear me play or say is just my ignorant rendition of flamenco. But this is pretty classical adjacent. So I mean, come on. Yeah, he's just straight up using his finger as a pick there. All right, so that's just classic shredder choices. Nice counterpoint. All right. Yeah, this ain't an electric guitar, bro. It gets quiet when you play like that. That's why it's so freaking crazy when you hear people like Paco playing this kind of stuff, where he'll play stuff at that speed, but just every note is like powerful. Like the speed and the power combo is crazy. It's fast and all, and that's fine, but you hear the difference, man. And I was so obsessed with playing with a pick when I was younger, but now hearing the power and the speed that's possible with the right hand, like IM or even like AMI, like rest stroke scales, that's just so much more interesting to me nowadays. Like obtaining that is like, it's like impossible. First off, like I feel like barely anybody can actually play like that. Tons of people can shred with a pick, you know, like you probably can. Like a lot of people can. It's just easier, man. So yeah, you really hear the difference when you listen to this versus like Paco. Man, I'm kind of roasting Paul Gilbert here. Sorry, man. Remember that thing I said where this one video is my entire career? Yeah, alright, so it's fine. Dude, nice Roschiatos, though. Like, pretty decent. Dude, I wish they weren't zooming in on his right hand. I feel like this is the least interesting part of this. His right hand is doing everything it can to keep up. I want to... The left hand sounds pretty crazy. I want to hear that. There we go. Get out of there, yeah. Let's see it. So I'm hearing a lot of like neoclassical shredder harmonic stuff, just like flowing through arpeggios, all that. Little mixes of like flamenco things. I heard like this little epic thing. Sorry, my Roschiatos are terrible. I only just started working on them. So I definitely see why he's calling it flamenco. Not that I know anything about flamenco anyways, but it definitely sounds like neoclassical shredding on a nylon string guitar, which, you know, makes sense. That's what he does. That's cool. His right hand technique, it's pretty funny. It's like what you'd expect, but honestly, it's pretty confident for like what it is. You can tell he doesn't have very much experience doing that with his right hand, but he's still doing it and like putting on a performance in a show. So that's pretty impressive as is. I feel like if I were in his position, my right hand would be like barely functioning. The only reason it works now is because I've worked so much at it. So it's pretty impressive the fact that he probably hasn't worked much on it and it's actually like able to make music like this. You know he's missing that pick though. Ooh, man. You know if you put a pick in his hand, it'd be so much louder and cleaner. But yeah, all in all, you know, he's doing it. All right, let's see where else it goes. I like the bop 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 bop. Nice, dude. Is Tommy Emmanuel back there with that last one? Yeah. Beautiful. It's not possible for me to hate on Counterpoint. It doesn't matter what it sounds like. It could be a MIDI keyboard and I wouldn't care. Now I want to see his right hand. I wish you'd go back to it. Yeah, I feel like that would be hard to do if you didn't work on right hand stuff. Woo! You know, know, I have a little anecdote about Dutty Duddly Dee. As I mentioned, I started off as like an electric guitar shredder. And I had a friend while I was in college who was also in the guitar program. We're still friends. He's actually the theory guy that I mentioned last time. But he's also a shredder too, so we kind of like gravitated towards each other. And we were actually roommates for a while as well, even after college. And of course, like as shredders do, we're shredding together. And because I'm playing with my fingers all the time now, because I'm trying to get better at classical guitar, I would find ways to play faster, and Dutty Duddly was one of them. You know, it's a way to play faster without having to pick too many notes. And I remember I played it just a little too often, and he actually like called me out on it, and it was a little embarrassing because it's like, oh yeah, I do Dutty Duddly like way too much. But it's just like a cheat code, like how to get fast notes to sound while sort of sharing the load between your right and left hand. I'm hearing that a lot here, which is kind of funny. So I don't know, maybe something I would suggest is Dutty Duddly, but maybe the other way. Oh, way harder. Oh god. So much harder than... So those are things that I would work on now. And you'll probably find this in your own playing too. Common little phrases that you use a lot, maybe try reversing them, do something else with them, because they get tired. They get tired real quick. It'll make your fake flamenco music sound way better, trust me. And I know it's hard, especially if you don't play classical guitar and you're just doing it as like a gimmick. Like I'm sure with a pick, Paul Gilbert could play any which way. And yeah, look at me saying that Paul Gilbert can't do something. But you know what? I'm hearing a lot of Dutty Duddly, and it is a little grating after a while. That's my story of how I was made fun of for Dutty Duddly. And now I'm passing it on to you, Paul. There you go. Hey, Paul Gilbert, let me know if you want some guitar lessons. I'll make some room for you if you contact me. You're not going to be able to unhear it now. Dutty Duddly, Dutty Duddly, Dutty Duddly, Dutty. Yeah, you can put it in arpeggios all you want. Every time I hear that little triplet. Oh man, imagine the kind of career Paul Gilbert could have had he pursued classical guitar. It's a shame, guys. It really is. Alright, let's wrap it up. Really nice articulation on those arpeggios. That's impressive right hand technique for someone who doesn't do it. Yeah, alright, that was that. I'm not really sure what hating you expect me to do on it. I mean, he did call it Flamingo, and I think that's pretty accurate. You know, it definitely sounds like an electric shredder who has like fantastic comprehension of harmony, and like especially like kind of neoclassical tropes of harmony, like with sweep arpeggios and stuff, hearing a lot of that in there. So someone with all of that, then if you took their right hand and smashed it with a hammer, and like it's sort of the equivalent of that. You have all the faculties of your left hand, all those years of training, and then it's like day one right hand. Like you can still make something happen when you're that good, when you're as good as Paul Gilbert, but it's not good enough to impress me. Sorry about that. I know Paul Gilbert's upset about this one. Dude, wait, was Paul Gilbert on Rick Beato? No way.
If I just want to do something sort of scaly. Pick, pull off, and then pick, all the way.
Ugh. May have to drop it down. That's fun. We reject that. We don't do that anymore. It's just classical. To work on speed, it has to be. My arpeggios are kind of sticky. I haven't worked on technique in a while. The only techniques I've been doing are rest strokes. What else you got?
Doesn't sound horribly unpicked. Having that little recovery time allows me to relax. If I want to get tricky, I can start to take the notes on the G strings.
I'm not going to try to play that. I can play that, actually. I'm just not going to try to because I don't feel like it right now. Sorry, everyone. Well, that's the show. That was Paul Gilbert's Flamingo. Pretty fun. I might have been a little disrespectful in this one. Just know that I mean everything I said sincerely. And that's pretty much it. All right. There you go. Thanks for watching. I don't know, is there anything else we can talk about? This kind of feels like it might have been a short one. It was only a 4-minute video. I have been recording for 40 minutes, which is kind of amazing. You're not going to see most of that. It's mostly just me trying to shred and then failing and then restarting and stopping. I got a comment about that one time where they were like, sometimes I notice when you play examples, there's a cut right before. Do you play things over and over again until you get it perfect, or at least like good enough to where you just kind of move on? Yes, I do that because, you know, I'm a coward and I don't practice enough. Sorry, I'm kind of uncovering my insecurities here. I think we should wrap it up before I start crying on camera. Hey, well, there's nothing else to talk about. That was Paul Gilbert. He's now part of the Sore Hands universe. Whoa, isn't that great? Let's end it here. Hey, well, you know, if you made it this far, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm doing a new thing right now. As you guys may know, I've always talked about giving guitar lessons, and I used to do that. I did that, like, basically since the beginning of this YouTube channel. I no longer have time to do that because I'm in grad school. I don't know if you knew that. But because I'm in grad school, I do now know several fantastic guitarists, or at least guitarists who are equivalent to me, because we're all fellow grad students, who are looking for students. So if you're interested in being connected with another guitar grad student, if you're looking for online classical guitar lessons, hit me up and I'll give you their information. And before you ask, yes, I am taking a cut of the first month. You don't have to worry about that though. That's between me and them, but just know that I am making money off of it. But I will say any teacher I hook you up with is someone that I would fully endorse, and like they're going to be great. I also have a theory teacher too, who I've given several students to so far. So if you want just theory lessons, that's also an option too. Just hit me up and that's it. But I will not be teaching any lessons personally, at least for now. I will sometime, and you can feel free to just let me know that you are interested, and then I'll kind of just have that in my mind for when I do decide to take on some students, but probably not for a while with all the stuff that's going on. Other than that, there's Rutan's Delight. There's a discount right now, 15% off in October. And God, I'm just selling to you, you know? Like, do you ever just get tired of me just hawking my BS at you? I certainly do, but a man's got to make a living. So what are you gonna do, you know? Feel free to check out some more videos. I got lots of them. You can take a look at the shorts if you don't know what to watch, because I have random clips from random videos there. See one you like, boom, you can watch that. And yeah. Alright, well, I'll see you in the next one.